Imagine you had to write the same chunk of code 10 times in a program. Or let's say you had to sing a single note like multiple times all at once. Well, that would be monotonous, boring, and at some point confusing. That's exactly why functions exist. In this video, we'll understand what functions really are, why they exist, how they make programming easier, and how to use them properly. Here's the catch. A function is basically a reusable block of code. Think of it as a machine. You give it input, it processes something, and gives output. Instead of rewriting the same logic over and over again, you wrap it inside a function and call it whenever you need. But let's slow down and understand why programmers even created functions. Before functions, your code used to look like this. If you had to add or let's say get sum of two numbers, this is what you would have to do. Define every one of them again and again, like this. Here, I'm adding different pairs of numbers, but I'm writing the same logic 3 times. This may look okay for now, you can copy it whenever you want, but if the logic gets bigger, this becomes a nightmare. So here's an easy way you can do the same work by declaring a function. A simple example. Function sum num1, num2, and let's just print it out right in here. Console.log num1 and num2. That's it. You have just created a function. And let's just call it 3 times like we did earlier. Sum, let's give two numbers and do the same thing 3 times. Look how clean and reusable this version is. I read the logic once and use it anywhere. Functions save time, reduces mistakes, and make your code easier to understand. That's the whole purpose. Now let's talk about function structures. A function has four important parts. The name is basically what you call the function, parameters, the input values, the body where the actual logic lies, and return, which sends back the result. Now, one important thing to know is this type of function, the one written with the function keyword, is called a function declaration, and declarations have a special behavior in JavaScript called hoisting. Hoisting basically means JavaScript moves your function declaration to the top of the file before the code even runs. This means you can call a function before it even appears in the code. Cool, right? Let's see an example here. Let's say you had to greet somebody. Let's make greet function greet and then let's print it with console.log and hello. This only works for function declaration, not any other type of functions. We'll see later. Parameters are just placeholders. They allow your functions to work with any value you pass in. Here's an example. Function greet, now you add the name in it. Name is parameter in it. Let's print it out with hello. And you can add either comma or plus symbol to concatenate the name in it. Here, name can be CodingLab, Shriya, or anything at all. That's how functions become flexible. See the output out here? Some functions just do something like showing a message, but many functions return a value that you can use later. Here's an example. Let's say you had to get square of a number. Then you write function square number and then return number times number. That's the logic, right? Square, let's say 9, and print it out. Here, we just got the result. Here, the function calculates something and sends the result back. Think of return as the output from a factory. And here's a more real world example. Function, let's say you had to calculate something like a bill. So you have calculate bill and let tax equal amount. You basically write the logic in here and return the final amount. Now let's input the parameters in here, amount, tax percent, and discount. Now, what we can do is print them out. Like, let's do console.log, calculate bill, and put in some random values so that we get some results. Here, the values that we are passing in here are called arguments. We are passing the arguments through parameters. Well, that can be confusing, but don't get overwhelmed by now. This is where function actually shines. Instead of manually calculating bill amount every time, I can reuse this function for any combination of numbers. There's another way to create functions called function expression. Here, you store a function inside a variable. The important difference is function expressions are not hoisted, which basically means you cannot use or call this function before they appear in the code. There's also the modern style, or let's say aesthetic one, arrow functions. They work the same, but they are cleaner and shorter. Here's an example. Const add equals a comma b, and we put an arrow. We just do equals and greater than sign and do a plus b. It gives the same value if we do console.log. They don't have their own this keyword. They're shorter and they are used a lot with arrays, events, and especially callbacks. But what are callbacks? One of the coolest thing about JavaScript functions is that they are treated like values. This means you can actually pass a function into another function. When you do that, the passed in function is called a callback. Here's an example. Function greet user callback console.log, let's say welcome for now, and then you call callback function again inside of the function. Now let's make another function so misses console.log, let's say have a great day, and later on you can call so misses function by just calling greet user function. Pretty cool, right? This is used everywhere: animations, APIs, even listeners, and more. Callbacks allow you to control what happens after something else happens. It's like saying, do this now and then do this next. So that's the core idea of function. They prevent repetition, make your code cleaner, and let you build bigger logic more easily. If you understood everything here, congratulations, you have learned one of the most important concepts in programming. If you want to learn more advanced stuff or part 2 on functions, you can leave the comment down below, and happy coding. I will see you in the next video. Bye.